Hi, this is Raghee Horner, and today I want to talk about something very specific regarding two of my absolute favorite things. One is the PRS, which you see right here in front of you, the IBFX PRS platform, which is the chart pattern recognition, scanning, and alert platform. So this platform identifies chart pattern alerts and then presents them to you right on your desktop. Love that. The second thing is specific to how you decide to enter a market, how you decide which strategy you're going to use. Let me just say that while chart patterns are, of course, a way of analyzing price action, you can see the list here of emerging and complete pattern alerts. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the PRS, complete pattern alerts are those patterns which have not only developed but have also triggered because price has broken either the support or resistance level of the pattern. While emerging patterns are a little bit more proactive. The pattern is still developing, prices are still trading within the support and resistance, within the range of the pattern. So you can see here there's a complete list, but how do you choose which of these patterns to take? Because sometimes you're going to end up with multiple pattern alerts, not only on the same, of course, in the same pair, but sometimes on the very same time frame. So one of the most common questions I get, and these presentations are very much driven by you all, by the input and the questions and the suggestions that I get from you all. So I like to share with you what I do, but you know, when I'm talking into this mic here and I'm looking at my screen, I'm thinking about all those questions that I've received from you all and how I can better narrow down those distinctions that I think have helped me the most. And probably the biggest one of those is how I determine which strategy to use. Now think about your list of strategies for a moment. The different entry styles that you have. The actual details of that. One might be driven by a set of moving averages. One might be driven by a particular candlestick, or maybe you learn some sort of, indicator / price combination. Think about all the seminars and webinars and expos that you've sat in on and attended, and the books you've read and the courses you've taken. Every one of those has probably, I'm guessing, because I've taken probably a lot of the same ones too in my evolution as a trader, but every one of those has particular strategies that it outlines for you, right? But how many of them actually said, here's when to apply it? And maybe there wasn't even a discussion of the fact that some strategies, and I'll add indicators to this discussion as well, are better suited for trending markets or reversals of trending markets. Maybe they're better suited for markets that are trading within a range. Maybe they're better suited for waiting for breakouts from outside that range. Those are basically four of the strategies, and really the only four ways a market can move. It could either trend, it could reverse the trend, it could congest, or it can consolidate. That's really all a market can do. So if you think about it, you really need four specific strategies, or at least one strategy for each of those types of scenarios to apply to the market, so that you're listening to the message of the market and you're reacting to the underlying market psychology of the time frame that you're analyzing. That's what this platform actually allows you to do. So if I were looking at this first emerging pattern here, the head and shoulders on the 30-minute chart of the Euro US dollar. I mentioned two of my favorite things, obviously the PRS, but within the PRS, I love this initial trend, because when I first came across this platform and I reached out to the folks who programmed it, I said, you guys are the first ones to talk about the underlying trend of a market, make it part of the analysis, and present it to the viewer. That blew my mind, because I had been a huge market cycle fanatic and practically evangelist for as long as I could remember, trying to tell people that it doesn't matter how you necessarily trade. I don't care what your strategy is, but understanding the underlying market cycle is how you decide when to apply it. So having this initial trend was just mind-blowing for me, because I thought, wow, here are people who are acknowledging this and making it part of the overall approach.